Hello from IP SoC 17 in Grenoble, France. I have the pleasure to be with a new partner, a new provider that you recently discovered.
Right.
And I'm with Dr. Mondrian Nuessle from Germany, near close to Mannheim, with the managing director of a company, Extoll. So this new company, we discovered them because they offer a high-speed SerDes, and we've already seen some animation on our website. They seem to be successful. So my question was, how did you become a new IP provider? Where are you coming from? And happy to hear more about Extoll.
Thank you, Gabrielle. Nice to be here. And also congrats for 20 years of VNR. It was like that we originally did something different. We were not an IP provider originally. We were actually an IP customer. And but what we were doing is networking in the high-performance computing sector, which is very high-speed networking, 100 gigabits plus link speeds, very low latency requirements that we have there, and we did our own network design in this space, and we found that the IP offerings not
good enough.
Not good enough, maybe. Yes, not fitting to our purposes. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
And therefore we started to investigating whether we could do it on our own. Right, so we came from the digital design area and started to investigate that. And obviously, for such high performance networking, the SerDes really is like the fundamental technology, and it's a real asset if you can control it yourself. So we started working on that, and then we basically by accident found out that there are other people interested in these kind of blocks and the specific offerings that we had there. And so we also became an IP company, kind of by accident in a way. And sometimes that's the way it goes in life, right? And that's the story behind it.
I think it's a very interesting story. So they needed a blog. The blog were not good enough. They made the blog, the SerDes, and then they licensed to others. You shared what you have done. It's extremely interesting. So I have two questions. Did you implement physically your SerDes on which process?
Yeah, so the SerDes currently is implemented physically on TSMC 28 nanometer HPC Plus, and the current plan is to port it to 22 nanometer FDX Global Foundries technology starting Q1 2018, and so these are still planar processes, right? So it's not like the FinFET stuff, and with more than 20 gigabits of speed, this is like a pretty fast offering for these kind of processes, and that's one of the things that we saw in the past, that some of the larger IP providers have very good SerDes offerings, but they are sometimes only targeted at the latest processes, and some customers do like to have a more conservative approach here for economic reasons, or maybe they don't need the density because they don't have billions of transistors for multi-core processors, but have a different chip, right? So there are different needs.
So maybe I'm very curious. So you were working on a big ASIC, I understand, for supercomputing. You made an IP, and you said, I become an IP provider. Was it easy for you to choose the licensing model? Often I say to people, why don't you license? But then to do the license agreement, the license modeling, was this obvious for you?
I wouldn't say obvious, but there was some decent guidance that we had, some experience. I mean, we have licensed quite a few blocks before, and done that. So I mean, it was not the super first that we've ever been in touch with the IP business, right? But it was still, of course, it was something new, and that was work for not for the engineers, but that was the homework for the people in the administration, and for my colleague who is doing the financial and legal stuff at Extoll. But yes, I think we are pretty happy with that. And being a small company, we can be reasonably flexible also in terms of licensing
model and so on. So more or less, it's not so difficult to become an IP provider. We would like to encourage more companies in Europe to become an IP provider, and we go around and tell it to people. And often from Germany, we have a good answer. So I think it's one of the mission of design and reuse, to stimulate the intellectual property sharing. The last question: will you go back to your big ASIC in supercomputing? Yes or not?
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Actually,
You will definitely.
Yes. Well, I mean, go back. we will also stay with the IP,
IP.
stuff, but we will also do
Couples.
another
Okay.
big ASIC.
Okay. So that is seldom, because often you are swallowed because you are a SerDes provider, or you are swallowed with your big ASIC, but you will maintain both.
Well, just one comment. I mean, nobody can look into the future, right? So
That's
that
why.
might change, right? You never know.
Okay, so we will see you at all the honor event, and then we will conclude if you have taken the IP track or your big ASIC track. Became a fabulous guy in supercomputing. Okay, so thank you very much and good luck.